What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I am No Spoon, and today I'm going to explain to you what state of being means and being in the wish fulfilled and all of that good stuff. And at the end, I'll give you a few ways to go about getting yourself into the state of being, to getting yourself into the wish fulfilled if you need that, because you can absolutely just decide. But if you're a little more new to conscious creation or manifestation, you might need some tools that get you into the state at first, right? Firstly, though, if you would like to work with me, link is in the description. I appreciate you. What I was going to say is these techniques, these tools are not the thing that is making your manifestation happen. It's not making your manifestation materialize. It is you, at the end of the day, being the person who already has these things, who is already that identity, who is experiencing these things, right? Okay, so state of being in manifestation is the most paramount, most important thing when it comes to all of this, right? Because in our physical reality, our logical mind can only perceive with our five senses what is physical, the circumstances that present itself in front of us. So, like I have discussed in other videos, since reality, physical reality, is inherently meaningless, physical reality has no built-in meaning. Only the definitions that you give to the physical reality, to the circumstances, is what you will experience. That makes state of being the most paramount thing in determining what you will experience in your physical reality. Still with me? Okay. So you are able to, at any moment, choose to be a state of being without any sort of reason or external validation to do so. You can choose to be happy just because that is your preferred state of being. And again, like I said, since reality has no built-in meaning, you taking something as a reason to be happy or not gives your power away completely to that external thing. Everything in reality, like I have mentioned, comes from you. You are the source of these things. The way that you experience them, the way that you perceive them, all comes from you. I'm a huge believer in self-concept and not being desired focus, which the entire manifestation community is desired focus, and you see all of the confusion that is happening. Everybody's giving their power away to something outside of them. They think they need a tarot card, which I'm not knocking, because at the end of the day, this law is whatever you say goes. So if you think that you need a tarot card and you think that works for you, go for it. But everybody puts their power into something outside of them and they don't ever put it into themselves, which is absolutely ridiculous when everything is coming from you. You might think you need a spiritual coach to manifest for you, or to do a ritual, or to do XYZ, instead of put your power within yourself and understand this is all coming from you. And it's ridiculous. Anyway, so your state of being is the most important thing. You can choose whatever state of being you want at any single moment. Your identity that you are currently encapsulating, that you are currently occupying, is what has given you the external experience around you, whether you like it or not. Okay, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm telling you what you need to hear to get results, to get success with this. Every single identity of yourself that you could ever possibly imagine that could ever exist comes as like a package of thoughts, feelings, beliefs, perceptions, expectations about the world, and you couldn't possibly perceive what this other version, this higher version of yourself, could perceive while you're being the old identity. So with manifestation, with identity shifting, with conscious creation, we are going to not give any validation to the current experience that we are experiencing in our physical reality, because that is of this lower self identity that we have had on an automatic program for a very long time, giving us unfavorable circumstances. Our specific person isn't choosing us. They're with a 3P. They say they don't want to ever talk to us again. With money, you don't have a good relationship with money. With, just procrastinating, having this bad habit of, whatever. It's literally everything. Anything and everything is possible with manifestation. Every time that I bring up these examples, just fill in the blank like with your desire that you're thinking of. It's all the same. Okay? Your identity is what has created this, and it has been running on an automatic pilot so well that your body knows how to do it better than your mind knows how. So you don't even have to think about it. It's all subconscious. I don't really like talking about subconscious. Everyone gets confused about that stuff. It's just deciding. It's just being the person. That's really it. So when you start choosing a new identity by telling yourself a different story internally, when you become aware to these thoughts that you have been thinking for years that have just been on autopilot, unconscious, that's probably not going to work out. I'm not good enough. I never have enough money. I never get chosen. This person's better than me because they have a nicer car than me, because they have a college degree. I hope I get good grades. Like, all of these things are an encapsulated identity that you call yourself, your self-identity, your self-concept. What we are doing with a new selection of a greater identity of yourselves is we are beginning to expect the best in every single situation for ourselves. Why? Why should we expect the best? Well, firstly, because I'm connected to everything. I am all that is. I am one with Source, so everything comes from me. So my word goes at the end of the day. I get to decide. I get to decide how this thing goes. In your reality. In my reality, I get to decide how everything goes. There are 8 billion people on the planet, 8 billion personal realities, and each and every one of you get to decide how it goes. It just comes down to, are you conscious that you have that within you? Are you aware of the thoughts that you are thinking every day and how they have shaped your reality? Taking a little bit of responsibility for like where you're at right now, okay? Don't beat yourself up. All we have is now. We can shift it on a dime, okay? But mainly, the story that you have been telling yourself, like it's not a drawn out thought that you think in your head. Like when you're going through your day and you're thinking nonstop in your head, or something happens in traffic, or you socially interact with this person, it's those little tiny blips of like, this is probably how it's going to go. I bet it's going to go this way. This is probably going to happen. All of these things, like, we don't even think about. That's your self-concept right there. That's the identity that you are firm in. So we are going to target that. That's what we are targeting. We are changing, we are flipping the entire story in our mental around everything, not just your desire, but around everything. Because when you shift into the greatest version of yourself, everything becomes magnetic towards you. You are completely magnetic. If you were the highest version of yourself, you wouldn't have an issue with money. You wouldn't have an issue in relationships. Everything would be perfect in your life. And all you have to do is decide that it's that way right now. Whenever any certain little desire comes to mind around relationships, around money, around your job, around a business that you want, around social interactions, around your confidence, around you feeling anxiety, around anything, whenever it comes to mind, immediately address it the way that you would like to experience it. And that's it. And I know it sounds super simplistic and super like I don't know, it's just like people are like, that's it? Like that's all you do? Everybody wants to make it so difficult and be like, all right, what do I do now? What's the process now? There is none. Stay there. Just stay there. But the biggest hangup that I see and that I've experienced for myself was I claim and I be and I go about my day and some unfavorable circumstance happens and I go, oh shit, this didn't work. It didn't work. It's not happening. Again, like I had discussed in previous videos, the first reflection that you will see from your physical reality is the same exact circumstance to see if you have truly changed as a person, as an identity. Again, in a way, we are kind of testing ourselves to see that we have truly changed. Right? So don't get caught up in 3D circumstances. Here's a nice little reminder for you. Whenever you're feeling doubt or fear in the circumstances that are presenting themselves to you through your five senses, the worst of the worst circumstances. Circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. Circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. That synchronistically ties up right there. Matter is what the 3D reality is comprised of. Your circumstances don't determine your state of being. Your state of being determines your circumstances. Right? Get it? Let that one sink in. I will say it one more time because it is very important. Circumstances don't determine your state of being. Your state of being determines your circumstances. What you will experience is solely based on what your state of being is. And like I said earlier, you are able to choose your state of being at any time without any reason whatsoever, just because that is your preferred state of being. So if you prefer being happy, which most of us do, decide you're happy now. Don't take the physical reality, don't take the 3D for confirmation of why you should be happy. And paradoxically, in turn, you will start seeing reasons out there to be happy. Again, the key to all of this is not needing to see it externally, right? Again, fill in the blank for every single desire that you have. I saw a comment about, somebody having a spouse who has an alcoholic problem and they want to end the relationship and all of that. And while that may stir up emotions and everything, the emotions are neutral until you define it. You can absolutely start saying, I am happy. I am in the greatest relationship of all time. I always experience the best in relationships. Everyone treats me with respect. I always have success in everything that I do. I'm always in the right place at the right time. On and on and on and on and on, telling yourself this internal story of greatness instead of taking the 3D and bringing a terrible story in, because all you will ever get is the terrible story recycled back and forth and back and forth. To change anew, you have to see this unfavorable story and go, nope, it's actually this way. Nope, it's actually this way. It's greatness, it's perfection. It's never been more perfect. I love life. I love myself. I love everyone around me. I am incredibly happy. Even if the 3D is still showing shit in your face, do not take confirmation. That is the old identity. Nope, I'm always in the right place at the right time. Everyone loves me. I'm completely irresistible. Money is in love with me. I know how to make money so well. Me and money have the greatest relationship. My business is booming. I have so many clients I don't even know what to do with. I'm in perfect health. I have my ideal body. I'm about to crush this workout today. Traffic is moving so great. I got a free cup of coffee today before you see it out here. Work was so pleasant. My boss was so pleasant. They want to give me a raise so bad that they don't even know what to do with themselves. They need me more than I need them. Again, you don't have to go say this to people outwardly, but internally, this story needs to flip to greatness and stop giving a shit what you see out here. It will reflect, but the idea is to fulfill yourself internally so much to where you don't care if you see it reflected. Because when you fulfill yourself internally and you know that the true reality is within, you become the person now who has it. And if you are the person who has it, you are not aware that it is absent, even what the 3D is showing you. It could be the worst circumstance or situation of all time. If you know, like you know, like you know, like you know, that you are this person now, with whatever it is that you want, whoever it is that you want to be the person now and discard the old story. It has nothing to do with you anymore. All right. Now let me get into a few ways, techniques, I guess, to get into the wish fulfilled. All right. If you've meditated before, this will help. If not, it's all good. Go on YouTube, look up some theta wave beats, click on any video. It's all theta waves. Put in some headphones, lie down, let yourself get into a really relaxed state. Don't wonder, am I doing this correctly? Am I fucking this up? Do I need to start over? Stop telling yourself that. Again, you're being the person who's fucking it up. When you start telling yourself that, tell yourself I'm doing this correctly. I'm a natural at this, whatever. Listen to some theta wave. Meditate if you have to. Just get yourself in that like calm state of mind, slow breathing kind of thing. You could be lying down or sitting in a chair, doesn't matter. Eyes closed. One way is visualizing a scene of your end goal that you want to experience. If you and your specific person if you want you and your specific person to be in a relationship or a marriage, go internally. When you're in a relaxed state, visualize you two in a scene that implies that the marriage or relationship has already happened. Visualize you two at dinner, cheers and glasses to an anniversary. Visualize you two on your honeymoon after the wedding has happened. Visualize you two kissing, whatever. Like, be creative with this, okay? There's not one size fits all. It's whatever you want. Again, whatever you do is the right move, if you say so, okay? The visualizing scene, right? So this should be like not even that long. Like, make it like 10 seconds, right? What this does, if you identify with the internal as the true reality and that it happened now because it actually did, you're using your fourth dimensional mind. You are using consciousness to bring in experience into the now. And if you can identify what you saw internally as true as it happened now, and then get up from your visualization and not go, where is it? Did it work? Why hasn't it changed? If you can forget all of that and go like live and die by this story in here, you are being the person. And then when you get up from your visualization, you go about your day, still remain the person who has that already. Shutting off the 3D, shutting off the physical reality. You don't have to ignore the physical reality or run away from it, but understand that it can't validate you and that it is an echo of the old story and it will wither away sooner or later. But we are identifying with the one we saw internally. All right? Another way, again, lying down, getting into a relaxed state, however you would like to do that. And then instead of visualizing this time, you are going to hear somebody congratulate you. Somebody that you know, somebody that you barely know, doesn't matter. Hear their voice come up to you and say, wow, congratulations, man, you did it. I can't believe you did it. You two are so good together. Wow, your business just blew up. That's crazy. You have so many clients now. That's awesome. Congratulations. Holy shit, your body transformed. I don't even recognize you as the same person. Look at your abs. Look at you, like, whatever your desire is. If it's a self-concept thing, for confidence, hear somebody come up to you. Hey, you're incredibly confident. Like, I can really notice a change in you. Let that saturate your entire being and know that it is true. That is the true reality right there. And when you get up from that technique, know that it is done. You just experienced it. You actually did just experience it, because there is only now, and your mind doesn't know the difference between what you imagine internally and what you experience externally. Walk and talk and experience and express and perceive your entire day as that person, and forget about this old story playing around you. You are the decider in your reality, right? Let's see, what's another one? Honestly, anything. Like, you can spin on your head and say, the wish is fulfilled. You can do jumping jacks and be like, that got it right there. That means it's done. You get to decide all of these things. Like, it's crazy. My favorite one nowadays, now that I really, this way of creating reality consciously is so second nature to me that, like, it's like built into my being now. Like, when I interact with things and people, it's just built in. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. I get to decide. I get to decide how this goes. So that's my favorite one. Decide. Yep, it's this way. And don't contradict yourself. Don't go, is it actually though? Because then you're now the identity who is confused and doesn't know their power. It's instant. It's instant. It's instant. It's instant. You decide one thing, and then you see something out there and you go, oh, wait, this didn't work. Boom, it didn't work. Oh, it actually did work. Boom, okay, it worked. Stay there. Stay there. But the issue is we run into, where is it? How much time is it going to take? How could it possibly happen? Now you're in the identity of not knowing how it could happen, and you're in the identity of not having, because it hasn't happened, because you're wondering how it could happen. You have to be in the identity that it has happened, and you are just grateful that it has happened, and you couldn't be happier that it's happened. And it's normal. Of course this thing happened, because I am the identity who would experience this. And that's why I say, circling back full circle, self-concept is the greatest thing to focus on in manifestation, and not desired focus. When you tackle self-concept and you become aware of the thoughts you've thought your entire life, and you start telling yourself a story of greatness instead of a story of weakness and defeat and despair and unfavorability, you start seeing everything in your reality, people, circumstances, things, your desires reflect and see you the way that you see yourself, the way you describe yourself. Simple. If not, if you need some more help, if you need some guidance, just let me know. I'm here to help you. Link is down in the description. We'll figure out where your awareness is. All right. Anyway, hope everyone is doing well. Had a great day. I love you all so much. This is No Spoon, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.